In today's video, I will be giving you 10 fall fragrances that is very affordable, and it's time for me to break them out for this fall. Now the prices range anywhere from $25 up to about $70. $70 is the highest in this list, so really, I don't think you want to miss this content. Before we start this video right quick, I will be announcing the winner in my niche fall version of my top 10. So that video is coming up next, so stay tuned for that. Now this first fragrance that I'm going to do is actually marketed towards women. I bought it because the bottle is gorgeous. It's one of them fragrances that if a man wear it, it would become different than when a woman wear it. So the wearer changed the profile on this fragrance. I asked my friend, did it smell feminine? And she said no. So it's actually a feminine fragrance that I think a man could pull off, and that fragrance is coming from the house of Art Zaffaran, and that is Bent Rain. When it's opened up, you get a nice bright juicy lemon followed up with some cypress that makes a man be able to wear it. It also has some more masculine notes in it. Then you get some spice from coriander. In the heart, it becomes warm. You get some nutmegs that adds more spice. You get floral notes of lily of the valley that give it a white floral notes along with some citruses and some fruits. And the base is followed up by another note that I think make it easy for a man to wear. That's tobacco. Now tobacco in this is smooth. You get some musk that's clean. You're also going to get some amber that provides more spice. So this fragrance is floral, citrusy, woody. It's a feminine fragrance that I think a man can pull off. If you like citruses, florals, and tobaccos, you'll love this scent. But ladies, it's definitely one for you. And this was probably $23-24, so it's very cheap, and that is Bent Rain from Art Zaffaran. Next, if you're looking for a fragrance that exudes elegance, this is the one to get. It's sultry and sophisticated, and this is perfect for the fall weather. And that fragrance is coming from the house of Vince Camuto, and that is Smoked Oud. Now when it's open, you get a rose that smells like it's smoked, but I think that's coming from a later note, which is frankincense that's adding smoke. So the rose is very bright, very red. You get juniper berries also that makes it fruity. Then in the heart, you get spices. I'm picking up a sexy coriander that's adding spice, oud that makes it woody, and amber that's add more spice. Now this is resinous, it's smoky, it's slightly sweet, and it's woody, and that is Vince Camuto Smoked Oud. Next fragrance, to be honest with you, you're really gonna have to love earthy, dirty vetiver. But this fragrance is more wearable than the original, and that fragrance is coming from the house of Lalique, Ancre Noir. Right away, you get cypress that add greenness. You get bergamot that makes it citrusy. Then in the heart, they're using two vetivers, but I don't know the difference between one or the other, but it's both earthy. They're using Haitian vetiver. They're also using Java vetiver. So the heart is very earthy. Then when it goes in the base, you get a patchouli that's also earthy, very dirty. Now it's woody, earthy, smoky, and very spicy. You're going to have to love vetiver in the fragrance, or earthy vetiver, and that's Ancre Noir La Estrane. More wearable than the original. I enjoy it more than the original. I had the original and sold it, but this is more wearable. I like this better. Both were nice, but this is better. Next is you want a fragrance that exudes elegance, that's very alluring. You want to check out this fragrance. This probably is the highest in the list, which was around $70. And that coming from the house of Haramain, and that's Royal Stallion. To me, this is one of the most alluring almond fragrances out there. This starts off with a heliotrope that's classified as powdery, that's classified as vanilla, almost a cherry note. You're also going to get bergamot at the top that adds citruses to it. In the heart, you get jasmine that's not overpowering, but you do pick it up. You get almonds that's very bitter, so it's making it very nutty, very spicy at the opening. You also get a small touch of lavender. Then in the base, you get a sweet vanilla. You get a spicy amber. Then you get sandalwood that makes everything creamy, moves everything out. Now this fragrance is sweet, creamy, nutty, and powdery. If you want to add an almond fragrance to your collection for the fall time, this is perfect to add, and that's from the house of Haramain Royal Stallion. Up next, I'm going to give you two fragrances classified as one because they have the same profile. They're both unisex, but one is a little darker, maybe lean a little bit more masculine, while the other has the same profile that leans a little bit more feminine. But they're both pretty much the same fragrance. One is darker, one is lighter, one is more masculine, one is more feminine, but they're both unisex. That is from the house Swiss Arabian, that's Casablanca. This is the one leaning feminine, but I'm gonna go over the one that's leaning masculine, and that's coming from the house of Rasasi, Ibar. Now this open up with a green apple that's very fresh, very fruity. almost juicy. Then followed up with a lemon that makes it very zesty. It's not too sour, kind of sweet lemon. Then in the heart, you're picking up on florals consisting of iris. The iris in this is powdery, but it's not the makeup iris. You get some jasmine that adds some white florals. Then in the base, you get a sweet vanilla, a nutty praline, and you get a very clean musk. Now this is a sweet, fruity, floral gourmand, one I think you will enjoy, and that is E-Bar in the essence of Casablanca. Next, since we want a fragrance that marry exotic spices with a velvety rich vanilla, then look no further than Spice and Black Vanilla from the House of Cremo. Now up front, you immediately hit with a rich, creamy, smooth vanilla, and you're also going to get some spices that balance everything out to keep it from going overly sweet, overly creamy. Then in the heart, you begin to pick up on some dark woods, and then you get this nice brown tobacco. Now this is a fragrance that runs around $25. If you're looking for a cheap but nice smelling vanilla with some spices, now this is a spicy, sweet, woody gourmand, and that is Spice and Black Vanilla from the House of Cremo. Now the next two is coming from a house that I'm not very fond of, but a lot of people love this house. But to me, it's too Middle Eastern, and the house is Lattafa. The first one up is Ajwad. Now this is classified as a sweet Oriental. Now right away you're greeted with fruits, smell like grapes, maybe plums, but it's very fruity up front. Then in the heart you pick up on some florals consisting of jasmine and rose. The rose keep the jasmine from dominating the fragrance. It's very well balanced. Then in the base, it's followed up by a sweet vanilla, plain musk, and a spicy amber. Now this is a sweet, fruity, floral amber. I can't wait to break out in the fall. That's coming from the House of Lattafa, Ajwad. Next from the House of Lattafa is a very cheap fragrance, but I'm telling you, get on it now. It ran me about $22, $23, but this is one of their most affordable fragrances that smell like it costs at least 3 times as much as it did, and that is Hayati Gold from the House of Lattafa. Now I love the opening of this. This is one of the most loveliest openings of it. You get that bergamot, you get that grapefruit, you get some black currant, so the opening is very citrusy, very fruity. And to be honest with you guys, the notes that's listed in here says it's a feminine fragrance, but it's actually masculine. Well, it could be unisex, but leaning a little bit more masculine. And the reason I say that, because in the heart, you do pick up on a peach. It's a light touch of it. And then in the base, you get a spicy amber, a clean musk, and a sweet vanilla. Now, this is sweet, spicy, and it's fruity. One I really can't wait to break out for this fall, and that is Hayati Gold Elixir. The next fragrance up is a fragrance that was talked about, got a lot of buzz a couple of years ago, but it's a forgotten fragrance, and it's also forgotten by me. So it's time to break this out for the fall, because this is a nice fragrance that for the price can't beat it, and that's coming from the House of Rasasi, Tasmin. Now this is classified as a sweet Oriental fragrance. Now in the opening of this, you're greeted with a sweet, sexy cardamom along with some cumin. The cumin is not dominant, not overbearing. In the heart, that's when you pick up on a dark rose, very light. Then in the base, you get tonka and vanilla that provides the sweetness, amber that provides the spice, patchouli that give it a little earthiness, and then followed up with sandalwood that creams everything out, makes it smooth. Now this is a sweet, spicy, powdery Oriental, one I can't wait to break out this fall, and that's Tasmin from the House of Rasasi. Last but not least, if you're looking for a cheap gourmand, one that also been talked about a lot, and that's coming from the House of Salvatore Ferragamo, and that is Uomo. Now in the opening, you get a sexy cardamom followed by black pepper that adds more spice. Then in the heart, what really makes this lovely is that tiramisu note. Give it like a dessert, chocolate, sweet, cake feel. Then in the base, you get tonka that adds more sweetness, and sandalwood that smooth everything out. Now this is a sweet, spicy, woody gourmand, one I think you should add to your collection for this fall, and it's one I think you all will enjoy, and that's Uomo from the House of Salvatore Ferragamo. Alright guys, remember about the winner that will be announced on my next video featuring the niche fragrances for fall. In the meantime, everybody stay safe. I will see you soon. Peace.